Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen meeting, December 16, 2024, 6 p.m. at Town Hall. The first agenda item is the signing of the warrant.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we sign the warrant December 16, 2024.
I second that, unanimous. The second is the approval of the regular session meeting minutes from November 18th, 2024.
Motion made to approve the regular session minutes of November 18, 2024.
I second that. That's unanimous. The third item is approval of executive session meetings minutes, December 6, 2024.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the executive session minutes, December 6, 2024.
And, Mr. Town Administrator, those are dealing with an item that I believe is confidential even at this stage,
Correct.
Yes.
correct?
Yes, sir.
So they're dealing with IT matters that we just have to keep in abeyance for a little bit until we resolve a couple of other issues, so people are aware. We do have a public hearing. The public hearing is Noble Brazil for a common victular wine and malt beverage license, which includes cordials. And that's Noble Brazil at 7 Medway Street, Unit 9B. And this is a license that is available. And the department heads have indicated that there are no issues other than the Board of Health. They do have to go in and inspect because they were closed for the holidays when they went there. Other than that, I don't see any other issues or concerns from the police chief, fire chief, tax collector, town planner, or the building commissioner. So anything we do tonight is going to be contingent upon that final inspection
Yes. Yeah.
by the Board of Health. I believe the applicant is on with us
She's not live yet.
on Zoom because she is away from Milford. Good evening. How are you?
Good. Hi, how are you? Good evening.
Doing very good. Can you give us a sense? I understand this is a business that's presently existing,
Yes.
and you're...
We are only, yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
All set.
Very well.
Okay, that's great. So we've been opening for 7 months. I had to close for the holidays because I'm traveling, and we are a small business. I didn't want to leave it open, since we just started. We do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we get asked a lot, if we serve wine or mimosas, things like that, soft liquor. And we do feel the need that if we have a license, that would help us out, especially because we are just starting right now. And I think that would be really, really helpful financially. Yes, I have taken the course, to serve alcohol. The surf safe, is that what it's called?
Yes, that's correct.
The rules. So I do have a diploma on that. And we are located on 9 Medway Road. My name is Juliana Malakias. We are a new business. And we would love to serve, soft liquor to our community responsibly.
Right, so ServSafe is dealing with food, but you might be speaking about like the TIPS training as far as service of alcoholic beverages, right? So, no, that's great.
Correct.
I'm glad that, you had that training, but anyone that's going to serve any kind of alcoholic beverage has to have that training, and they have to be of the age that they can serve, meaning they have to be 18 to serve, but 21 to serve to someone, the person they're serving to. So I think you've done all the right things. Do I have a motion to approve?
Yes,
This
Mr.
request?
Chair, we do have a motion to approve the wine and common victuals, wine and malt beverages with cordials for Noble Brazil at 7 Medway Road, Unit 9B. Like I said, all department heads have approved it. with the Board of Health waiting for an inspection. I believe past inspections were pretty good as well, but for the current inspection now, they still have to get in there and to see. But I have no problem with that. It's adding this to your menu, Juliana, will help not only with your business, but also improve your bottom line as well. So I make a motion that we approve this.
And before I second that, is there anyone that's on, Chris, as far as a public hearing?
No, just Juliana and people in this room.
And there's no one in the room other than the police chief. If you have any questions, chief, about Noble Brazil, their liquor license, you already approved it on the document. Down at 7 Medway, excuse me, Unit 90. So we're all,
No.
I have no issues.
chief is comfortable.
Subject
So-
to the Board of Health inspection.
Exactly, right.
Subject to Board of Health inspection. So once you're back, please notify the Board of Health, and then the license will be issued. I second that, and that's unanimous.
Okay.
And we wish you well. We want you to do well, so.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Do I have to stay to the end of the meeting, or this is my only?
No, you're all set.
You're all set.
You get to escape.
Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy, happy holidays.
Same to you.
Thank
All
you.
the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Scheduled appointments, we have none. Town administrators report.
Yes, 3 items tonight. One, I just want to thank our fire department. The Milford Fire Department received a resolution of thanks from the City of Salem, City Council, for our personnel responding to 2 brush fires in Salem and assisting in containing these fires. The resolution was the City of Salem's expression of gratitude for our police department personnel service to their community. The second item is dealing with the bus route here in Milford. I'm very happy to report the MRTA has added a new bus stop at Trader Joe's in Milford. The bus will pull in and stop by the second crosswalk, that's by the old Bed Bath & Beyond, and turn around by the old TGI Fridays. The new stop officially started Monday, December 9th. We are looking into getting a sign and possibly a bench and dealing with the owners and representatives from Trader Joe's. And the last item, I'm very pleased to report, the Milford Community Electricity Program is now officially launched. Now that the December meter read for most of the community has passed, participants have begun receiving their selected program rates. We have been monitoring the suppliers' enrollment processes on a weekly basis to confirm that enrollments and any opt-out requests are being processed. They made steady progress throughout the month, and now that most December meter reads are all complete, we are seeing enrollment and opt-out percentages pretty much as expected by our consultant. While participants can change their program supply option and leave the program at any time, an update on the current launch results shows from our initial 9,324 customers who received mailings, 8,282 customers enrolled, 1,042 opted not to participate. For Milford customers that will participate, around 97% are enrolled in the Milford Standard Program, 3% are enrolled in the Milford Basic, and less than 1% are enrolled in the Milford Plus. Based on participants at launch and historical usage, we expect the program to purchase around 5,060 voluntary Mass Class 1 renewable energy credits each year, and this equates, they tell me, to about 3 million pounds of CO2 or carbon dioxide emissions avoided. So I think from what the consultant is telling me, it's a successful launch. Obviously, it's ongoing. Certain people, I'm sure, have current programs now, but will be opting in, such as myself, in another month or so. So very pleased with the program, and the board should be very pleased also. That's all I have tonight, gentlemen.
Thank you, Rick.
There's one thing about fire and their support to one another, to go all the way from here to Salem.
Yeah, a number of other towns did also, so
They
they had their issues up there.
They taught police a lot about mutual aid. I know that back sometime, Robbie Tassino and his folks went to Lawrence and Lowell when they were having, everything was exploding, people's homes, the gas issue. So we learned a lot police-wise from the fire, and I commend the fire chief for sending that kind of aid and resources, because lo and behold, the day will come we might need it.
Never know.
Yeah.
And, well, you never do. And if you take a look at history, you know, we get a nice Christmas tree in Boston every year because we went up there to Nova Scotia when they were in dire straits.
Pretty good.
So
The chief actually went himself. He was part of
Yeah.
the personnel that went. Yeah.
Trader Joe's, I'm happy about that pull-in because I received the notices from two elderly people that to trek back up the hill with their groceries to Target to get back on the bus was a lot of work. And so I appreciate the MWRA for putting a stop there. And it's my understanding that the owner, Kevin Meehan, of that property is willing to put
Yes, I believe it's in the
And
works,
any
yes.
other
And signage,
items
needed
to
signage,
help
yes.
people to make sure they're okay.
Yep.
The electric, I already moved over. I only saved a couple pennies, but, you know, it was, at least it keeps it local. Any old business?
I don't have any, Mr. Chair, no, I don't.
I don't either. New business, Rose's Villa, it's for a common victual license. It's a transfer of ownership, so it's existing, it's just a transfer of ownership. The department heads indicate that things are well. There's, the only one is the fire chief, that there are deficiencies with the emergency lighting, the extinguishers, hood cleaning, maintenance of the suppression system. Fairly common, so I believe that we can approve it contingent upon those items being addressed, Rick?
Yes, yeah, in fact, inspection, I believe, is already scheduled for Monday, the 23rd,
Oh, good.
with the fire department, yeah.
So do I have a motion that we approve this pending
Yes, Mr.
the
Chair.
requirements of the fire department to
Right.
resolve those concerns?
Yeah, a motion to approve the transfer of common victuals license with the new owner for Rose's Villa, 189 West Street, with the contingent that the fire department approve the deficiencies that were cited earlier, which they're going to be going up there on the 23rd of this month anyway.
Correct.
And we have numerous licenses to renew. I've worked my way through them. They're well-known to all of us. From automatic amusements, boarding,
Yep.
residences, Class 1, which is motor vehicle sales, to major corporations, such as Imperial and Birch's, McGovern, Hyundai, Milford Nissan, Southworth Milton, which sells vehicles, Black Boom trucks. Class 2 are used automobiles. Class 3, you're dealing related with towing and vehicles. Common victular are restaurants, from anything from Dunkin' Donuts to food restaurants, and they number in the 50s. Common victular, all alcohol, you have the 28 inn holders, or any of the hotels that have licenses that serve alcohol. All alcohol clubs or Portuguese Club, Marcagiano, Hoboken, Italian American War Veterans, Greater Milford Social Club, so more of the private membership clubs. General on premises, very limited, it's one location. Farmer Series Pouring, it's Craft Roots. Common Victual Wine and Malt, there's 3, again, Thai Pepper, Chim Thai, so Morisco, Luganis, very small restaurants. Entertainment licenses are the range of those same that have the alcohol licenses. Retail package store, the liquor stores, and then there's retail package, which only sells wine and malt, and they're very limited. The package stores is only 11. And then one license for auctions, which is a recent one that we approved,
Last meeting, I think.
right, where they're
Yes.
gonna do auctions over at the hotel off of 109, Coils Auction from Medway. I didn't see any that raised any concern for me. I don't know if you have any, Mr.
I do
Mazzucchelli.
not. Like you said before, they were all well-known, most of them here, and like I said, without any questions or concerns whatsoever right now.
So do I have a motion to approve those licenses?
A motion to approve the annual license renewals that you just mentioned, or it's in our packet as well.
I second that. That's unanimous. Then we have an application for extension of service hours on New Year's Eve day. It allows certain establishments to stay open beyond 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. And they file an application and ask for that permission. There's 7, so the Marcagiano Club, Doubletree Hotel, the Portuguese Club, TD's Pub, the Italian Veterans Club, Sabatino Sorrento, and Tokyo Japanese Steakhouse. And those are the 7. Do I have a motion to approve those?
A motion, Mr. Chair. I think this is a good idea, too. You know, like it gives people a chance, more or less, it prevents them from trying to beat the clock and whatnot and getting too drunk all the time and whatnot. So I think it's a good thing, you know, more or less it's a way to prevent, helps leveling the drunkenness that will come. So to stay open more with relaxed atmosphere in an environment that is licensed and have to uphold certain responsibilities as well. So I make that motion that we approve this application for extension of serving hours on New Year's Eve or day.
I second that. That's unanimous. We have, we're required every year to file with the ABCC as far as our population estimate, so they can determine licenses. That's the way licenses are issued here in the Commonwealth. It's based on population. So we have to file, it's mandatory by law. It has to be voted by this board in December for the upcoming year, the calendar year. So we're advising them that our best estimate of the population in Milford will be 31,000 people. And that's as of today. Do I have a motion?
A motion to accept this population at 31,000.
I second that. That's unanimous. We have an invitation from Temple Beth Shalom on Pine Street, and it comes from Mark Mann, who is the treasurer of the temple. And this is related to the menorah lighting, which will take place. Hanukkah falls on Christmas Day and continues until January 2nd, 2025, although they will do a lighting on December 25th. They are inviting the public and this board to attend a lighting for the second day of Hanukkah at 6 p.m. on Thursday, December 26th at Draper Park. This is an annual event, my experience, well over 25 years. And I know it goes well before that and is very popular and well-respected. So I just want to bring that to the public's notice. And do I have a motion to afford the opportunity for Temple Beth Shalom to erect the menorah at the town park across the street from the police station?
Yes, Mr. Chair, you do. I really appreciate the invitation, too, from Mr. Mark Mann and also Temple Beth Shalom. It's, like I said, it was a tough year for the Jewish community. And like I said, I wish them the best, and with this new light, I believe, presents hope and perseverance. So, you know, I wish them the best, and I definitely make a motion to approve.
I second that. That's unanimous. We do have a memo from the police chief, Rob Tessino. He's here tonight. He probably could have avoided us, but that's always good to see you, Chief.
That's all right.
I tried. He wants
No,
to.
you didn't try.
This is concerning a recommendation that we change the speed limit on Howard Street, which we all know is a very narrow roadway, and there is the building of houses in that area, and but very narrow roadway. But Chief, I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, Howard Street is not without its challenges, just from the mere fact that it's probably, I don't know how old it is as far as the road, as the ranking of other roads in town, but it's tough coming in off of the street there. When you try to come in, it's very right angle coming in, and the street, as you go down Howard Street, presents its challenges. And I get complaints. I get complaints from people who live on Howard Street. So I think, this is the first step in trying to mitigate those complaints. And, we'll do an awareness campaign once we can get the signs up and, actually get the speed dropped in that area. I think it's a good first step.
It's narrow, and you have when you first come in, you have the farms, and
Yeah.
people park, too, on the roadway, when the weather is, such that they're selling vegetables and things of that kind, so I would agree with you. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve, and based on the chief's recommendation as well. Again, like you both said, it is a narrow road, and it has a lot of curves too
Yeah.
in some areas away. So anything we can do to help the safety of the neighborhood, Mr. Chair. So I make a motion that we approve this.
I second that. I think it's a good look, and I saw the information from the people that live on the street and how things are changing in the neighborhood, which is okay. I mean, they're building homes, and that's the way it is. So I agree. So I second that, and that's unanimous. Did you have anything else, Chief, or no?
No, that was it. I figured I'd come in and we could take care of this. Rick said I had to be here, so I made sure.
Thank you for your time,
Make
Chief.
sure.
Thank you.
I'm happy to see the arm. I'm happy to see the arm twisting work.
Happy holidays, good to see you.
Got it on tape, right?
Yeah, good to see you.
The arm twisting worked well.
Yeah, oh, hang on.
The next item on new business is the town administrator for a contract with the town auditor. So the person that comes each year and audits all of our financial records to ensure that we're in compliance. So this is an annual, I believe, an annual event, correct?
This,
it
last couple of
multiple
years,
years?
yes, we have done it annually. This is actually a 3-year contract.
Oh, great.
That we're looking to sign. This comes on, also on the recommendation of the Finance Director, Zach Taylor.
Great.
We've worked with Scanlon and Associates for a number of years, very satisfied with their services, and quite honestly, there's been discussion, should we go out and seek another auditor at this point? Zach is very comfortable here, and the cost, I think, would be much greater should we go out and try to do that. And again, we're very pleased with their services, so I would just look for a motion to approve the contract, and I think I have it here for you guys to sign, too.
I looked at it.
What am I signing?
I've seen it before, but and the rates are, I know, first year to second year, it's 5%, which is
Correct.
not astronomical in this environment, so I'm very comfortable with it. Do I have a motion to approve
You do,
the
Mr. Chair, and
contract?
I remember Mr. Scanlon's been around for years.
Me as well.
Very familiar with our financial budgets and financial work, and especially where we got the recommendation from our Finance Director, Zach, as well. So I definitely make a motion that we accept this proposal.
And I would second that.
Okay.
That's approved.
Thank you.
Invitation to speak. Chris, do we have anybody online? Invitation to speak? We don't. There is nobody in the audience. Invitation to speak. Mr. Mazzucchelli, any correspondence?
Just one, Mr. Chair. I got it from department heads in town, as well as myself, where we do have a website where people could ask, if they have any complaints or concerns, they could write an email to the code enforcement at the building department. And we do have a part where if someone anonymous could actually, present their complaint or concern as well. The only thing, there are some times when the anonymous people complain, which we're not, we encourage anybody to complain or have a concern. But sometimes there's not enough information given, And what happens is too, is when the inspectors go out, be it Board of Health or a building, they may need more information to determine what they have to do, and they can't. And that would give the impression to the person complaining that the town's not doing what they should do. So what I did is I drafted something that I gave to Rick and also John Erickson to review. And once they see it and they are comfortable with it, then we could approve it as well. But more or less just ask for more information. If you want to, make your concern anonymous, that there's certain information that we should have, so to make it easier and more beneficial to them, so their complaint could be answered properly.
I appreciate that. I think that people have to appreciate from a legal perspective, and, I dealt with that in police work, I deal with it now as an attorney, that if you give us an anonymous complaint, and it's just that, then we can only take the information and whatever we find, meaning that, which we can find legally, that's it. As far as entering into someone's property, as far as doing, people expect more. You can't.
Right.
Those people have constitutional rights.
Sure they do, right.
So it's not that you can just go and it's carte blanche. So people have to understand, if you limit our ability, then that's our ability. So if you're not happy with what we did, then that's because we have to meet what the Constitution is, that all of us enjoy, in protecting all of our own rights, as well as the law. So you can see that we come and we don't accomplish necessarily what you wanted. That doesn't, what I'm getting at, that doesn't stop you from coming back to us to give us more information.
Exactly.
And if you have a willingness to identify yourself, now if I'm dealing with a person that's credible, it weighs differently on what our inspectors can and cannot do. And they have a wider berth than the police do as far as inspections, especially with, for instance, administrative search warrants. So if you're not happy once you contact us that we didn't fulfill what you expected, please don't give up.
Exactly.
Call us back.
Again.
And we're willing to talk to you as well. You don't want to identify yourself. We're still willing to talk to you. And we won't identify you, but you may have more information that's helpful. And then if you're willing to identify yourself, that's even more helpful. So I think you're on the right track.
Yep.
I think that sometimes people think that the government can just go do whatever they want to do. And I appreciate how some people can form that impression, but no, that's not the case.
Sure.
So it's, we do things right. We do it legally, constitutionally, and our staff, we expect that of them, and they know that, and they do.
That's
So
true.
if you're not happy with the outcome of anything,
Come back.
come back.
Exactly.
Come back. Come back to someone. Come back to us.
Yeah,
And we'll
exactly.
pass it along, but we'll help you through it. So, or the town administrator,
Right.
town council. So don't give up. Don't throw your hands up and say, we're done.
Like I said, we don't want to discourage the anonymous complaints at
No,
all.
right.
It's just, just want to make sure that they give the proper information, and then, for instance, just a prime example, there was two. One was to the building department asking if there was a particular property that took out a permit, what they did. In fact, they did, not only they did take out a permit, but they also made an inspection that passed. And there was one that came to the Board of Health where it was an overflowing septic system polluting wetlands. And I went out and come to find out that it was in Holliston. But yet there was something on a blog saying the Board of Health doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Wow. And like I said, that's what I'm trying to say. So something to more or less remind the people when they do use that particular service, that if you do it anonymous, put as much information as you can on it.
Makes sense. Yep.
And if you're not satisfied, come back to
Yeah,
us.
please
Don't-
reach out again. Yeah.
Right, give us an opportunity to hear what your grievance is and to either correct it or correct the information.
Right.
To ensure that you appreciate that that was in Holliston, not here.
Exactly.
So it's, don't jump to the conclusion and everything gets blown up on social media.
That's right. That's
You know,
what we're trying to prevent.
We're
with this.
respectful to you, we're respectful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We and the employees are respectful to you, we just ask the same, and if you're unsure, go to the town administrator, contact one of us, contact the department you're dealing with.
We'll deal with it.
Ultimately, we're gonna figure it out.
Right.
So, I think, perfect, right, hit the nail on the head. The last item is executive session. We do have an executive session. This is a matter of an employment contract related to town council. The matter is reasonably anticipated by the chair to be discussed at this meeting, and that this matter is at this stage confidential as we're engaged in negotiations with town council Brian Murray, and we will not be reporting back out after executive session, and we're hopeful that we'll resolve this particular matter this evening, and ultimately, it will become public record shortly. Anything else you would like to add?
All set.
Okay,
Thank you.
this is a roll call vote.
Aye.
Aye. That's 2 in favor. We will go into executive session. We will vote in a similar fashion to come back out as required by the law. And we'll see you all after the holidays. We wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and most certainly that everybody enjoys a Happy New Year as we enter into 2025. May you all be blessed.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.